What's the deal? Smoking on that goddamn Eagle Pack, boy. You hear me? What's up? What's up? What's up? Wake your ass up. Roll up with first hit, first down every Monday morning on the Wake and Bake on the Smoking Buzz Network. Excuse me. Excuse me. It was a long night. We had some things that we got to discuss this morning. This is probably going to be a Cowboys only edition. There's no graphics today. I ain't have no time to make up anything. We do have a first hit, first down player of the week, but at the same time, there is no graphics at all today, guys. At all. So we're gonna have a good time and shit. Probably not gonna be here for a long time, but we definitely gonna have a good time and shit. But before we start anything, before we get going, we gotta hit them with one of those good old boys. You know what I'm saying? One of those good old. How about them Cowboys? One more time for the one more. How about them Cowboys? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What a beautiful, beautiful Sunday it was. NFL was NFLing. It was some great games going on this past week. None greater than the Dallas Cowboys and the Philadelphia Eagles in the America's Game of the Week. Monday on Fox, excuse me. With Tom Brady on the call. You got Jalen Hurts at the quarterback position, Dak Prescott at the quarterback position. Four of the best wide receivers, two of the best duos when it comes to the NFL, especially when they're all hitting on all cylinders. Great matchup. Defenses, Eagles defense is a lot better than Dallas defense, but Dallas defense did step up this game, and we will talk about it. We will talk about that, y'all. No bullshit. But before we get started, make sure y'all do the regular YouTube, Facebook, all this stuff. Like, comment, subscribe. You know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all, if you're a Cowboy fan, you got to be in the comments today, boy. You got to be in the comments. Hell, if you're an Eagle fan, I know you don't want to be in the comments today, but get your ass down here. Get your ass down here. One more time before we get started. How about them Cowboys? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. How about the motherfucking Cowboys? So yesterday, the Cowboys defeated the Philadelphia Eagles 24-21 in a game that a lot of people was counting the Cowboys out, especially by the way that it started. The first three drives that the Eagles had, they went and scored on 3 straight touchdowns. Dallas did not help by giving them short fields, giving them extra possessions, by giving them penalties, and giving them extra possessions by giving them turnovers. Dallas did not help that, and the Eagles took full advantage of it. Took full advantage of it. So there's no way in the hell, no way in the world that you can look at that and expect that the Eagles to lose the way that they did, or for the Cowboys to even bounce back the way they did. But these things did happen. So the first 3 drives of the game, the Eagles go down and they score. The game goes to 21-0 by the middle of the second quarter. Towards the end of the second quarter, right before halftime, Dallas stole a touchdown before halftime. Dallas is the best team in the league at scoring before the half. It seems like they always find points right before the half, like in every damn game. No matter, even if they're getting blown out, they find some points right before the halftime and shit. So they went down there and they found got 7 right before half. I think Dak hit GP or like a little 1 yard out route or 1 yard little wiggle route. You know what I'm saying? Fake inside, go outside type shit. Came out the half, defense got stopped. Like I said, after the first 3 drives, and like you could chalk the first 3 drives up to Dallas offense and you know what I'm saying, defense to a certain extent, giving out way too many goddamn penalties and second chances. You know what I'm saying? Way too many in my opinion. But shit, I ain't tripping about that. So second half started, Dallas defense come out, get a stop. Dallas offense go come out and start moving a little bit better. I don't even think that they scored on their first possession, if I'm not mistaken. They probably did, but you know what I'm saying? I was so hyped yesterday. It ain't make no sense. It ain't make no sense. But Dallas came out, did what they're supposed to do in the second half. The Eagles won 8 straight possessions, if I'm not mistaken, maybe 6 straight possessions without scoring. And one of them was a goddamn field goal that was missed by the kicker. Brandon Butter Arby also missed a 51-yarder, but he made it up by hitting the game winner. The Eagles couldn't get shit going in the second half offensively. offensively, and it's so funny because if you guys was watching the watch along, right, y'all would know that I was actually in Philly for this game at my parents' crib, and I was sitting here watching the game with my pop. My pop is a diehard Eagle fan, so we was watching the game together, having a good time. But the second half of that game, Jalen Hurts didn't look good at all. They got AJ Brown involved early and often. I believe like the first couple of drives he had like 5 catches and a touchdown. He ended the game with like 8 catches, maybe 100 yard over 100 yards and tutty. But he didn't have the impact that you would think that he would have with those numbers. A lot of those numbers came early. A lot of those yards came on a little curl route, a little stop route, and he went and did the rest. It wasn't like they was really just attacking our DBs. They was barely attacking the zone that we was playing, and we was playing 8 to 10 yards off every damn play. It was pissing me off. But nonetheless, he was snapping the first 2 quarters, and then basically like the entire Eagles team. But like I was saying, when I was in Philly, I was talking to my pop about this, and the Eagles' offense is not built to sustain leads. I don't know why. It would be, you would think, because it got Saquon Barkley. You know what I'm saying? A pretty damn good running back. You got goddamn Jalen Hurts, a pretty damn good running back. You know what I'm saying? Well, I ain't gonna say running back, a pretty damn good quarterback that can run the ball. You know what I'm saying? Like you got pieces that can actually move and run the rock and shit. So there should be no excuses on why you can't maintain or even build on the lead. But the Eagles, for some reason, can't seem to do that. Offense is really stagnant at points. Um, Even like I said, even the drives that they score on, it was set up by short fields and penalties and turnovers. It wasn't necessarily them driving. I think the first drive that they score on, they drove and went and got that job. Give them 100%. But you always get a drive like that or a possession from the Eagles like that in every game. What I call the perfect possession. They go down there, they do everything they're supposed to do that you be asking them to do all game. They do that shit. Excuse me. You see, I'm allergies whipping my ass. But they do everything you ask them to do the full game. I mean that full possession, but won't do it the rest of the fucking game. Won't do it the rest of the game. And that's exactly what the vibes I was getting. If you, like I said, if you was watching the watch along, y'all see I was fully confident when the Cowboys was down 21-7 at the half, or when we was down 21-0. I kept saying this is just nothing but entertainment. We were coming back. We just wanted to make it look good. We wanted to, you know what I'm saying, make it look like it was something to, you know what I'm saying, be talking about. It's American game of the week. We gotta have the dramatics, right? In the second half, Dallas proved that. Dak Prescott snapped. George Pickens, NFL young boy, if you will. My boy went 9 for 9, 146, and a tutty. Had one of the best catches. We probably gonna be saying this shit every week about George Pickens for real, because one thing that I'm loving about what's going on with him in Dallas is the rapport that him and Dak has built. CD missing those goddamn 3 games and then coming back not fully prepared to be back has helped GP take that next step tremendously. But like I said, 9 for 9. Y'all understand that? 9 for 9, y'all. 9 targets, 9 receptions. His longest was a 43-yard over 2 people. It's not like he was just out here catching slants all day. He was out here getting busy. Y'all. Like, listen, I love CD. I love what CD does for this team. I love what CD does for George Pickens. George Pickens can't ball out the way he's balled. Now, don't get me wrong, he did do it the three games without CD, but the point that I'm making is CD makes everyone life easier. On that touchdown pass that Dak threw to span forward with a little bootleg at the goal line, CD had the whole defense magnetized towards him. Didn't nobody pay attention to span forward in the back of the end zone because everybody was looking at CD right there on the front of the pylon and shit. Like that's the type of stuff that y'all don't like. People don't see, and I truly appreciate. But at the same time, bro, 11 targets, 4 receptions. CD, what are you doing, bro? What are you doing, bro? I was saying it all day yesterday. CD do not look focused. He don't even look like he looked like he out here going through the motions. He don't even look like, you know what I'm saying, this is a big game for the Dallas Cowboys season. And real quick, before I go any further for you dumbass Eagle fans. Oh, this was the Cowboys Super Bowl. Every game from here on out is the Cowboys Super Bowl. Nigga, the fuck are you talking about? They have to win every game in order to actually try to participate in the tournament, aka the playoffs. So shut your dumb ass up. Thursday against the goddamn Chiefs is the Cowboys Super Bowl. The next week against the Lions is the Cowboys Super Bowl. Next week after that against the Chargers is the Cowboys Super Bowl. So on and so forth. You're not special. Eagle fans, you're not special. You got your ass whooped though. You know what I'm saying? Y'all had 8 straight drives without points. But back to your regularly scheduled program. When it came to how City affected the game for George Pickens, goddamn Jake Ferguson, hell, even Dak Prescott. You know what I'm saying? He affected the game good and bad. Those drops are fucking horrible, bro. Get your shit together. The drop in the end zone. Listen. You know you starting to get fucked up. You know what's starting to fuck with you mentally. You're starting to go through it. These like the drops are starting to get to you. Because the moment he dropped the ball that Dak threw to him in his gut, no diddy. You know what I'm saying? Perfect pass. He tells Dak, put that joint high, put it up here. No, motherfucker, catch the ball. You getting paid $35 million. You better catch no matter where that ball is placed at. You better go get that bitch. I don't want to hear that shit. And that was a perfect pass. Regardless if you got a man on you or not. That shit was perfect. Catch that shit. Stop trying to catch with your body and catch with your goddamn hands. That's my issue right there. But when it comes to CD, be more consistent, bro. Be more, and it's not like we haven't seen him be consistent. So it's not like this is something foreign. He's one of the best receivers in the league, especially when he's focused. Focus. Pay attention. Get your shit together. Ain't nobody. I'm not one of them people that's about to be out here talking about GP is our number one receiver. GP is, like I've been saying the whole time, 1A, 1B. 1A, 1B. George Pickens right now is second in the league in receiving yards. Top 5 in touchdowns. But you know what? He's not nowhere near the top of the top in receptions. He make his receptions count. And if he got 9 targets, he catching 9 of them bitches. CD, get your shit together, bro. For real. Like, we should have blown the Eagles out yesterday. If you guys was here on the Wake and Bake podcast this past Saturday, my co-host Jay Will and I had picked the games this week. Shout out to the Chiefs for making me correct, so. But we had picked the games this week. And what I said about the Cowboy game was Dallas is going to come out fast, going to come out hot. They're going to go up early. And they're going, you know what I'm saying? The Eagles offense ain't built to come back like that, right? It was the complete opposite. But a lot of the shit I said was going to happen, happened. Once Dallas started scoring, the Eagles wasn't going to be able to match them. Once Dallas started getting the ball rolling, Eagles wasn't going to be able to keep up with them. The offense is not built like that. No matter the talent that they have, the scheme and the way that they run their offense ain't built for shootouts. They built to get a lead and let the defense go out there. And that's crazy, though, because you would think that they built to get a lead and just continue to build on the lead, right? No. The Eagles get a lead and be like, all right, defense, don't let them score for the, you know what I'm saying, rest of the game. And that's not how, you know what I'm saying, you want to win games, especially come playoff time and shit. Because other teams that you play against, their offense job is to go out there and score. I know your defense job is to go out there and stop them, but their offense got a job too. So it's not too many things that you can say in this game that you took away on the Eagles side of the ball that was positive. But we're going to talk about some positive things that we took away on the offensive side of the ball for the Dallas Cowboys and the defensive side of the ball. Hell, even special teams we're going to talk about with Dallas Cowboys. You know, say with some dope things that we took away from this show. But the first thing that I wanted to speak on that I took away was, and it's not necessarily a positive thing on some real shit, but I think it's a positive thing also. You know what I'm saying? Is Brian Schottenheimer fucking up down at the goal line, right? It's like a minute and some change left. Dallas got the ball at the goal line after the special teams went out there and got a turnover on a punt. And shout out to Elijah Clark. Shout out to Elijah Clark, bro. Elijah Clark worked his ass off to go down there and get that goddamn tackle for that forced fumble that really changed the entire complexion of the game for real. He was getting his ass whipped, as you know what I'm saying, running down the field as one of the gunners and shit on the punt return or on the punt kickoff team. And he got pancaked like 2 or 3 times and didn't give up. Got up, ran all the way downfield, bro. Ran through all the traffic and everything. Made the tackle that changed the game, in my opinion. And forced the fumble. Shout out to the young boy. That's how you stay on a professional football team right there. Those type of plays. If you're on special teams, that means you got to make some special plays. And he did exactly that. So shout out to Elijah Clark. He really balled out. But when we got to that goal line and it was 3rd and goal, I'm sitting here and I'm talking to everybody that we you know what I'm saying, had the watch party with. I'm saying that Shotty need to go ahead and kick this field goal right here because logic would tell you to go for it. You're so close. And you know what I'm saying, your defense has been playing well and all that good shit. But history would tell you get the points. Because your defense had, you know what I'm saying, even though they've been playing really good this game so far, your defense historically, especially this season, is not known for really stopping nobody when it comes down to it, right? You feel me? So the fact that we did go for it and didn't get it, I was dejected. I was mortified. I was pissed off, if you will. We did get the ball back because the defense. And look, one of the main things that I was saying about the Quentin Williams trade was the fact that it's going to open a lot of doors for people like Osa, Kenny Clark, the other interior guys. It's going to help those guys flourish even more. It's going to help those guys get even better than what they were. People don't understand. I know Cowboys Nation has this weird love-hate relationship when it comes to Osa Odigizua, but bro was one of the most double-team defensive tackles in the NFL, and he's not a one-tech. He's a three-tech. You know what I'm saying? He's a smaller defensive tackle and shit. He's not one of those big guys that just dare to eat up space and shit. But he's one of the most consistently double-team defensive tackles in the NFL and shit. So him getting one-on-ones, being a lot faster than these guards and centers that's going to be blocking them and shit is definitely an advantage. It was times yesterday that he was in the backfield before the ball was snapped, and of course it wasn't offsides. We're not gonna say it was offside, but I mean the get off was crazy. Quentin Williams takeoff was crazy, bro. Like that, bro. Like he's different. Quentin Williams is different, but the way that we was able to get pressure straight up the middle is what I'm talking about, bro. That's the quickest route to the quarterback and the ball carrier. You know what I'm saying? Keep contained on the outside. Keep contained on the edges so we don't allow them to break, you know what I'm saying, break no outside runs and shit like that and get that pressure straight up the middle, bro. This shit is a beautiful thing to see, especially what Osa did on that last drive for the Eagles. They was driving a little consistently. They was driving, and Osa said, enough of this shit. I think they had a penalty, and that's another thing that really made me smile, made me proud, was the Dallas Cowboys not getting as many penalties. I mean, they still had a nice amount of penalties, but the Eagles had more. So that's chef kiss. You know what I'm saying? Chef kiss for me, for real. Like, that's how you got to do it, in my opinion. You have to make sure that you out here winning the penalty battle, especially if you having turnovers and shit. So Dallas had a couple turnovers early. but they wasn't losing on the penalty battle. You know what I'm saying? They had some dumb plays, but they wasn't losing on the penalty battle and shit. So by the end of the game, the Eagles was winning the penalty battle damn near by I guess damn near doubled the Cowboys penalty, if I'm not mistaken. I think it was like 13-6. You know what I'm saying? If I'm not mistaken. But Osa was able to go in there and get the pressure, get the sack on Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts did not look comfortable at all. And I was talking about this with my pop, right? And it's not necessarily saying that he don't look comfortable as in the play calling and shit, but I mean, like, bro is sitting in the pocket flat-footed, just standing there. I'm like, yo, he's not moving at all up or through the pocket or even just on his feet to keep, you know what I'm saying, keep his body moving, you know what I'm saying, just staying on point. So anytime you have to move, you can move instead of just being flat-footed and having to start moving from there. But it just didn't look like it. He didn't look like it. Even on the design runs, I know he had a nice little run to get him a touchdown and shit like that, but even on a lot of the design runs, he just did not look like Jalen Hurts. He didn't look like he was running with any type of force or power. It was more so just I'm going to go ahead and get up out of here type shit. And in the pocket, he didn't look comfortable at all the whole game. Dallas played that zone. They mixed it up with some man and shit like that. And, but they played that zone most of the time. And most of the time, as soon as he saw his first read come open, he fired that bitch. He was not waiting. He was not looking at nobody else. He wasn't trying to, you know what I'm saying, move any safeties, move anybody with his eyes. It's whoever the first person that came through in my line of sight, I'm tossing that bitch to him. And then the times that he did wait and the times that he did try to anticipate some shit, it wasn't good. You know what I'm saying? That touchdown pass to A.J. Brown, beautiful. A.J. Brown was his first read. A.J. Brown ran the perfect route. The window was there. He let it go. He fired it. All the other shit, though, when he had to go back there and read defense, when he had to go back there and play quarterback, your boy Jalen Hurts. And when I say your boy, y'all know who I'm talking to, you fucking Eagle fans. Your boy Jalen Hurts was out here looking, Only thing elite about the Philadelphia Eagles team is their defense. I give them the defense the credit that they deserve. Even with that being said, Dallas still had opportunities to score more points. Dak threw an interception down the goal line, which should have been defense pass interference from Reed Blankenship, but they didn't call it, so that's not what it was. It was an interception. CD, I'm still blaming you for a lot of shit. You gotta, you know what I'm saying? You gotta fight through that. Can't let nobody pull you backwards so they can slingshot off you to get the interception. Fight through that, bro. Turpin had a forceless fumble. Basically, ain't nobody forced to fumble. He just fell when the ball came out. Goddamn, we got down to the goal line, left a touchdown right there. Brendan Darby missed a 51-yard field goal. You know, we had some opportunities that we left out there on the field to where as though Dallas could have had more points on the board. But you know what? I can say the same thing for the Eagles. I can say the same thing for the Eagles. Maybe I can say the same because it was drives that was like, ugh, this is just nasty looking. Saquon Barkley I didn't see bro in the second half. I didn't really see bro in the second half at all, especially when it came to rushing attempts. Like, what's going on out here, bro? It's the game 21-21. Why are they throwing the ball like they down by 21? But nonetheless, it helped Dallas out. It kept Dallas in the game by them throwing the ball and having an inaccurate quarterback throw the ball. It helped Dallas, you know what I'm saying, because they kept stopping the clock because it was a lot of incomplete passes. Like, let's go to the stats and we're gonna talk about it. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna start off with the losers first. Their quarterback went 27 to 39 for 289, one passing touchdown, and 0 interceptions. Getting sacked one time. Was pressured a lot. Him being sacked one time was actually surprising because it felt like, because he was pressured so much, like I said, especially up the middle, felt like he got sacked more than once. But he didn't. Leading rusher was also their quarterback with 7 attempts and 33 yards, bro. Damn, my phone just died. I didn't even know it was. I didn't even know it was that dead. This shit. I didn't even know it was that dead. But look, we ain't even tripping. We ain't even tripping. That's what we got this for, right? That's what we got this for. You know what I'm saying? All right. And then Saquon, 10 rushes for the whole game, 22 yards, and his longest run was 7 yards. He was averaging 2.2 yards a rush. That is crazy. That is fucking wild to have a man that literally came off the best season that a running back can have outside of Eric Dickerson and Adrian Peterson. And y'all coming out, y'all giving this man 10 rushes. He averaging 2.2 yards a carry. His longest run is 7. Jalen Hurts' longest run was 8 yards. Tank Bigsby longest run for one rushing attempt was 8 yards. Saquon couldn't even get an 8-yard run. That's crazy, yo. When it comes to the Eagles' offensive coordinator, bro, listen to me. When it comes to the Eagles' offensive coordinator, even listen, even as a Cowboy fan, you got to look at that shit and be like, bro, this is weird. Why in the fuck is the Eagles not running the ball? Like, why the fuck are they not out here trying to establish a run and dominate in the run game? Like, what is going on? People like, oh, they're missing offensive linemen. The best thing to remedy a bad offensive line or when you're missing pieces that you don't have the chemistry is the run game. Most of the time when you're running the ball, the offensive lineman just got to block. They just got to go forward. They just got to move motherfuckers. They all know the zone concepts. They all know, you know what I'm saying? That's not nothing new. The lingo is new. So it's like, why are you not for Saquon Barkley to have 10 rushing attempts the whole game? Like, not in the second half. The whole game, bro, had 10 rushing attempts. That's wild. That's wild. And I think your quarterback had 7 rushing attempts. Yeah. It's crazy, bro. AJ Brown, 8 receptions, 110 yards, 2 tutties, one tutty, excuse me, for his long was 22 yards. Devontae Smith, of course, he's the deep ball threat for the Eagles, or at least the guy that Jalen Hurts like to throw the deep ball to the most on the Eagles. 6 receptions, 89 yards. His longest was 41 yards, 0 touchdown. That 41 yard was over, I think, Revel. It might have been over Ken Carson. But a bad, you know what I'm saying? Another duck thrown by goddamn Jalen Hurts that goddamn Devontae Smith made look better than what it was for real. But boy, I'm telling you, the Eagles offense, and I said this shit, I got a video up on my page from like week 3 or some shit like that. And I said, who was to blame for the Eagles offense? The shit don't look right, shit look crazy, shit look bad. And it's been that way. AJ Brown been saying that shit for the last 3-4 weeks, and niggas like, oh, he just a diva. No, motherfucker, it's been that way. The Eagles offense can't sustain leads. Eagles offense can't go blow for blow with high power or other high power offense. That's issue. That's an issue. The Eagles offense can't run the ball when they absolutely need to. If I was Nick Sirianni punk ass, because I can't stand that nigga, I would have been took over the play calling duties. I would have been took over the play calling duties. For real. Like, there's no way in hell you looking at that and you gonna say, yeah, Kevin Patulu is still the best person to be calling these plays and coming up with these game plans. And that's another thing too, bro. If you're not gonna call the plays, you could definitely be involved with the game planning. The first 15, the Eagles' first 15 really not even the problem though. It's the rest of the game. Like, it's his actual on the fly play calling when you don't have the scripted plays of the first 15. When you actually just gotta go through the playbook and figure out what's actually gonna work based off of how the defense is playing you. Maybe Kevin Patulu might actually be a better offensive coordinator if he was up in the booth to get a better vantage point to see how the defense is playing his offense. maybe he shouldn't be on the sideline. I'm just saying this as a fan, not even as a Cowboy fan, but as a football fan. Because there's too much talent on the Eagles team and for them to be out here looking as bad as they look, bro. Like for real. On offense. Like on offense. I know that their defense is kind of pissed off at the offense. But you know what? If I'm the offense, I'm like, nigga, y'all let them score 24 unanswered points. 24 of them things. Right? But it's cool though. I told y'all, and niggas don't listen though. But look, I'm trying to tell niggas, I ain't even see niggas comment. I don't know why my comments on Restream ain't coming through for Facebook and shit. But I've been trying to tell niggas, Jay, that our Super Bowl is whoever we play in the next 6 to 7 weeks. You know what I'm saying? That our Super Bowl is every week from here on out. For real. But the Eagles, look, when it comes to the Eagles offensive coordinator, like I was saying, he's been bad the whole season. But we known this shit the whole season, bro. And the head coach have done shit about it. So at this point, that's like malpractice, ain't it? You know what I'm saying? You know some shit is fucked up, but you gonna just turn a blind eye to it. You gotta get your offense together, but I'm not here to tell you the remedy of that shit though. I'm not here to tell you how to do that. I'm here to tell you one thing and one thing only.
How about them Cowboys?
I'm here to tell you one thing and one thing only. And before I get up out of here, yo, because I'm not going nowhere soon, but I just want to let y'all know before I get up out of here, I want to tell y'all, Jalen Hurts was never a top 10 quarterback.
What?
Jalen Hurts was never a top 5 quarterback.
What?
Jalen Hurts was never an elite quarterback.
What?
Jalen Hurts can win football games.
What?
Jalen Hurts cannot win football games for you.
What?
Do you understand what I'm saying?
What?
When it comes to the NFC East quarterback hierarchy, it goes Dak Prescott and whoever the fuck else y'all want to put at number 2, 3, and 4.
What?
MV Prescott.
What?
You heard what I said. You heard what I goddamn said. Y'all better stop playing with my quarterback. Y'all better stop playing with my quarterback when it comes to being the best quarterback in this division, the second best quarterback in the NFC, because, you know, there is an MVP out there named Matt Stafford that's having a hell of a season. Hell of a season. 24 touchdowns, 0 interceptions in his last 5 games. Ignorant. And that's just showing some love to Matt Stafford because, you know, he an OG in the game, but this is definitely Cowboys' only edition of First Hit, First Down. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button down there. Y'all make sure y'all share this content. Y'all make sure y'all subscribe. Facebook, hit that follow button. YouTube, hit that subscribe button. Twitch, hit that follow button. Everywhere. We everywhere right now, y'all. We live everywhere. So you guys make sure. Only place we're not live at, of course, is TikTok, because TikTok be on that bullshit. But we live everywhere else. So you guys make sure y'all hit that follow, hit that like, hit that subscribe button everywhere. Getting these goddamn comments and shit. I don't know why my comments is not showing up on my stream, but I am over here on Facebook to stay on top of the comments for you guys and shit. You know what I'm saying? But boy, oh boy. Hell of a game yesterday. Defense came and did they mother. I was so proud of the way the defense was playing, especially after those first 3 drives. Like I said, the first 3 drives, you could chalk that shit up to just bad discipline on both sides of the ball. You know what I'm saying? Even on special teams made a bad play. Even though if and that's another thing about Shotty with his coaching, you know what I'm saying? He's learning on the fly, bro. He's learning in real time, and that's the dope thing that you get to experience. But you know, if anybody up top in the booth was doing their job correctly, the Eagles probably wouldn't even scored on their first. You know what I'm saying? The first time they got the ball to score, because that block punt that they called roughing the kicker was actually a block punt. You know what I'm saying? So if Dallas actually, somebody up there up top was paying attention and told their head coach, like, hey man, challenge that play, because our guy hand did touch the ball, and it wasn't really a block punt. They really got to punt this joint. You know what I'm saying? So I think that we gotta get some of that shit better, and we'd be all right. But man, defense came to ball out, bro. Defense, I'm giving it defense because we've been shitting on the defense all season. Dallas fans, Dallas haters, you know what I'm saying? Everybody in between has been shitting on this Dallas defense all season, and they deserve some goddamn love now because like I said, after the first 3 drives of the game, they didn't give up another point. Didn't give up another point. I think from the middle of the second quarter on, the defense came and did what the fuck they were supposed to do. And I gotta give him respect. Gotta give him proud. Demarion Overshawn was out there showing flashes. He was out there making tackles. He had Saquon 1-on-1 and took Saquon ass down for no yards gain and shit. So that was beautiful. Quentin Williams has opened up the defense so much for everybody. You can't just focus on one person. Dallas is getting consistent pressure not consistent pressure, but getting enough pressure at times in the game. You know what I'm saying? Especially up the middle, which, like I told you guys, is just one of the best ways to get pressure is the shortest route to the quarterback and the ball carrier. 9 times out of 10, the ball carriers coming in between the tackles, pause, and the quarterback is definitely going to be in between the tackles in the pocket. So it's the easiest way, the easiest route, fastest route to the quarterback or the ball carrier. But boy, Quentin Williams, shout out to our DBs, Revel, Deron Bland. Deron Bland got beat early, like I said, by AJ Brown, but settled into the game. Didn't give up too many other big plays after that. I believe it was either Revel or Carson that got beat by Devontae Smith deep. But like I said, that's Devontae Smith, one of the best deep ball receivers in the league. He gonna get one of those again. So as long as we didn't give up too many points, which we didn't, we did exactly what I was expecting Dallas to do. Like I said, the biggest surprise is how good Dallas defense consistently played and kept Dallas in the game. When Dallas was down 7 to goddamn 21, when Dallas was down 21 zip, Dallas defense made sure that the Eagles did not score no more points at all. It was like, we got to keep this game close. We got to keep this game within arm length of our offense because they're so good that they're bound to snap at any given moment. And that's exactly what happened. Dallas offense figured some shit out. Reed Blankenship went out. And the moment that Reed Blankenship went out, I was saying this shit on the live stream. Throw that bitch deep. Throw that bitch deep every time, bro. They don't have their deep safety. Throw that motherfucker deep every time. Go target whoever is cornerback number 2. Go target him. That's exactly what they did. That's exactly what they did. They was fucking with Quinyon Mitchell a little bit, and they was like, you know what? Ain't no reason. Ain't no reason. If we know that we can get a completion every time we throw the cornerback 2 or you know what I'm saying, DB2, then why the fuck what we even think about going over there? Just put whoever we want to target over here on this side, and that's how we gonna do it. And that's exactly what they did. Every time they wanted to throw the ball deep, where quarterback 2 at? It didn't matter if it was a Dory Jackson or if it was Cooper DeJean. Where he at, I'm throwing this bitch towards wherever he at. CD had a big bomb on Cooper DeJean. We already know what George Pickens did on Cooper DeJean and the rest of the cornerback 2s. The last play of the game, not the last play of the game, but you know what I'm saying, the play that set up the last play of the game when George Pickens caught that little end route across the middle of shit from Dak. He routed up the corner and shit, which was Quinyon Mitchell. I don't know what was that. I don't know if it was a safety or the linebacker. I don't know what made him come so far over to help out, but he came over so far that he basically set a pick on his own man, which left George Pickens wide ass open. You know what I'm saying? Which left George Pickens butt naked ass open. You know what I'm saying? Butt booty naked ass open and shit. Like, so that was actually a dope little concept. I don't know what that concept was. Do I can smash? But they were like we was spread out wide. So like I said, I don't know why that other defender came so far over to the point where he just set a pick on Quinyon Mitchell and stopped him from being able to run with goddamn George Pickens. But It didn't matter who was on Pickens. Pickens, like I said, 9 targets for 9 receptions. It didn't matter who was on him. He caught every pass that was thrown to him. So it didn't even matter who was on him for real. But offense had a great showing. Defense had an amazing showing, in my opinion. They did exactly what you want to see them do. We've been asking all year, Dallas, just have a middle of the pack defense. Just because this offense is so good, y'all going to be in a lot of games. You'll have chances to win a lot of games, and y'all still got chances to win the next couple of games. You know what I'm saying? No matter how good these teams are that's coming to see you. You got on Thanksgiving this Thursday, you got the Kansas City Chiefs coming to Dallas. Dallas can win that game. The next game, you got to go to Detroit. Dallas can win that game. And so on and so forth. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying they will win these games, but they can win these games, especially if the defense can come and play the way the defense has been coming to play the last couple of weeks. You're getting turnovers, you're getting pressures, you're getting sacks. If the defense could do shit like that consistently, then Dallas will have a chance to try to make a run at the playoffs late in the season. But as of right now, we ain't even gonna focus. We ain't even gonna talk about the playoffs because as of right now, only thing we are worried about is how the goddamn defense is. I mean, the goddamn Philadelphia and Dallas Cowboy game went, and it went the way that we all, as a Cowboy fan, you know what I'm saying? It went the way that we all wanted to go. It's the way that we all wanted to go. When it comes to playoffs, your boys always always lose the game, bro. Dak is not a playoff quarterback. He just a season, the beginning of season quarterback, and you can get at the playoff. Blah, 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 blah. All right, so that narrative right there. Shout out to my cousin on Facebook for commenting that shit. But that comment right there is so corny and so cliche. Oh, your quarterback don't perform. I can show you games and top of games that Dak actually performed pretty well enough to win the game in the playoffs, but the defense didn't. And I can show you complete opposite of games like Jalen Hurts having 150 total yards, but the defense only gave up 7 points in the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? I can show you games where Patrick Mahomes had three turnovers, 2 interceptions, and a fumble, but the defense only gave up 10 points in the playoffs. You get what I'm saying? So it's not always about the quarterback and how they perform. If the defense is giving up points, this is a prime example. If y'all guys been watching football the last 2 seasons, y'all been watching some of the best offense and best quarterback plays for two of the best, two of the worst teams because of their defenses. The Bengals last year, offense was amazing. Joe Burrow had 40 touchdowns and 5 interceptions last year, but the defense was so fucking bad that it didn't matter. Dak Prescott was on an MVP run this season. But the defense was so fucking bad, it didn't matter. So when y'all say offense wins games, defense wins championships, don't start talking about offense when it comes to championships then. Don't start talking about my offense. Don't start talking about my quarterback when it comes to championship time. You know what I'm saying? Championship times and plays and shit. Because the defense ain't holding up their end of the bargain a lot of the times. Now, when the defense did held up their bargain, when they held the 49ers to a goddamn 19 points and the offense couldn't score, you blame that on the offense. You blame that on the quarterback, which I did. But when your defense giving up, you know what I'm saying, 5 straight possessions that motherfuckers scoring touchdowns on, the fuck you want me to do about that? What do you want me to do about that? You know what I'm saying? But we got, you know what I'm saying? I just don't like that narrative. I think that's a bad narrative. Like I said, I watched Jalen Hurts win a playoff game with 150 yards because his defense only gave up 7 points. So, you know, if every team had a defense that only gave up 7 points, I'm pretty sure, you know what I'm saying, they have at least a chance at the Super Bowl. You know? At least a chance. But when it comes to playing the position of quarterback, Dak Prescott is a far and a head better quarterback than Jalen Hurts. And I could probably name you at least 12 or 13 other quarterbacks this season that I'm picking before Jalen Hurts. Record be damned. Inspirational quotes be damned. Kango hats and hoop earrings. Tucking your shirt into your pants like Michael Jordan in the 90s. Be damned. You feel me? When it comes to actual quarterback play, understanding reading defense pre and post snap, I'm pretty sure I can name, like I said, 12, 13, maybe even 14 quarterbacks before I get to Jalen Hurts. So I'm gonna need y'all to pipe down with all that talk and shit. We talking about the Eagles Cowboy game from yesterday, from this past Sunday. We ain't talking about playoffs. We ain't talking about Super Bowls. We ain't talking about none of that shit. We talking about yesterday. This first hit, first down. Where we recap what happens on Sunday NFL football. And this week we just focusing on the Dallas Cowboys and the Eagles because how about the motherfucker? Hold on, where my button at? Because y'all got me chopped.
How about them Cowboys?
Y'all got me chopped. Ain't no way in hell y'all about to try to rain on my parade. You hear me? Ain't no way in hell y'all gonna rain on my parade. But one thing that I do want to say, right, that's not on topic with this game at all. Shout out to my boy Jameis Winston, bro. Shout out to the yo. Listen, hold up. I don't even like the screen share, right? I don't even like the screen share. Can I make this shit bigger? I don't even like the screen away from. It's gonna take away from what I'm talking about. What I'm doing on this shit, right? But Jameis Winston is my favorite person in the world, bro. Jameis Winston is one of my favorite people just in the world, especially in the world of sports, bro. For real. Like I can't even lie. I can't even lie. Bro, look at this shit. Look at this shit, bro. Look at my boy Jameis. Look at my boy. Get up with the back shoulder. Get off me. Put a move on the stiff for him. Get up off of me. Get up off me. You too goddamn small, boy. Jameis goddamn crab leg Wilson. He gave him the crab leg. Y'all saw that crab leg. Hold on. We're gonna bring it back. We're gonna bring it back. We're gonna bring it back. Look, the back shoulder turn around, get that. Hit him again. Hit him. Crab leg. Get off of me, nigga, with the crab leg. Stop playing. Stop playing, yo. Listen, if I didn't have MV Prescott as my quarterback, this is who I want, nigga. This is who I would want, bro. He galvanized the whole locker room. He makes you want to play for him. You know what I'm saying? Some of the best motivational speeches you ever going to hear in the history of football. Look at my boy. Look at my boy. Stop playing with him. Stop playing with him. Stop playing with him, man. That's all I wanted to show y'all, man. Shout out to Jameis Winston. He's the only person that can get some love on the Cowboys only first hit, first down for real. And he's a Giant. That's how you know I really fuck with Jameis Winston because we don't show no Giants no love over here for real. But before we get up out of here, man, I need everybody to make sure y'all hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, go over there to YouTube, subscribe to the Smoking Buzz Network, go over there to Facebook, follow us everywhere on Facebook, New Jersey Preem, everywhere, y'all. I really appreciate the time that y'all spent with me today, man. How about them Cowboys? We really doing our thing against them bum ass Eagles. Um, Eagles offense has not been good all season. Shout out to AJ Brown for really calling niggas out on that shit. Shout out to New Jersey Preem for talking about that shit since week 3. You know what I'm saying? Dallas Cowboys is getting shit back on track. We got to make sure that they continue this trend of wins against the Kansas City Chiefs on Thursday, Thanksgiving. I think that's a 4:00 game also. So you guys make sure y'all tune in. I'm probably doing a watch along for that one too. You make sure y'all tune in. You come holler at your boys. Make sure y'all over on Assist Live, man. Y'all can sync up with the time over there on Assist Live. Spoiler free chat. So there so you just seeing and reacting to the plays as they go. And you guys might be a part of the clip session. You know what I'm saying? Y'all see the clips is going around on social media. Me and my pop out there acting a damn fool with the Cowboys and the Eagles game and shit. So I appreciate you guys. I'm gonna catch you guys real soon. We're gonna be back this Thursday for our next live stream of Throwback Pack, where we are reacting to a hip hop or R&B album that's 10 years or older, either for the first time or to see how it aged. So you guys make sure y'all come through. Hell, if you have any suggestions, throw them in the comments. I ain't tripping about it. I appreciate you guys. That's been my time. I really thank you guys for y'all's. And remember, as always, stay fried, my friends. We are gone.